Okay, I'm back here in the kitchen of the mobile home, and I just wanted to point out something that's very startling. I mean, not really startling, but it should be expected. There was a wooden panel here in front of this, and look, it's just a spider haven. There's nothing. The space was just covered up, and it was not used. Had it been a double shelf, where you just wall off the cone of the exhaust or something, then there could have been, another issue. But yeah, and look, it looks like even something, either that's from when they tried to drill in and didn't patch it, or it's just from the mice and the things that were living here. But yeah, that's like, what? I'm not doing that when I put this back together, and this may even move, Oh, yeah, also under the electric tape that you saw before, it was properly wired. It wasn't janky, and I did kill all the power before I went in here and screwed around with stuff. In these ones, you can kind of see back there just some bugs. I don't really see any poop from rats or mice, but it's still just filthy. I'm not going to save on this. Anyway, that's a little mini update. That's not really that much different over there. So, but I just thought this part was the interesting bit, that this is all just spider webs. So anyway, we'll be back with more. All right, a couple things. So this is probably going to fall down on its own, to be honest. I've already got it loose, and it's already slid down a little bit because I was getting after this one because I just picked one. I'm sure I could have gone for that one, but probably it wouldn't, in the grand scheme of things, it wouldn't really have changed much. If this one comes down, that one will probably come down. So I'm probably going to put a ladder under this one, let that one hit the floor, and then we'll get the rest of that one down. Anyway, the other thing that we didn't do yet today was, need to look at the view. Oh, right, I'm supposed to be filming this way. Well, you'll just have to deal with it till I remember. Anyway. Yeah. Beautiful view. The birds are chirping. When I noticed that pipe coming down, I came over this way. And I thought it was going to be that one, but that's most likely the kerosene furnace stack. So whatever one that's coming out of the kitchen is most likely going to be coming from the old roof that was built on underneath this new roof over there. So, because what you're seeing there, this piece is all built on top of another roof, the original roof. And while we're talking about it, I had thought about making the peak of that roof and building the new roof at the hypotenuse along here at this, and so that would change the angle of this side of the roof. And that way I could maybe get contiguous roof so that it doesn't have this joint where it's collecting dirt and rotting a bunch of stuff underneath. So that'll be a really extensive and interesting thing if I can do. I don't think I really have to change the angle of this much, but it does need a lot of woodwork. Both of these corners are completely rotten out, and most likely that's because of the quality of the wood that was used and age, and possibly pests, or not pests but just wildlife that have decided to move in the space in between the old roof and the new roof. So, and you probably don't remember, or if you're new, you haven't seen the window where we went and covered it up. When I first bought the place, I thought that there was just a attic or like a crawl space. I didn't realize that there was a second roof, because I never crawled up into that window. But that little piece of aluminum right there is just roof, and that's the old roof. So there's nothing says I can't do this to the new, when I build it. Just the angle at the peak here will have to change for this wood, and any wood that gets put on will be, or that needs to be cut new, will be cut new. And then in the middle, we'll have to ensure that the actual seam of the mobile home becomes the support for the roof that joins the garage and the mobile home. And then this would no longer be considered a mobile home, because then it would be permanently attached properly to the garage. And so this would become a home. I don't know if on paperwork it would become a home, but anyway, I'm thinking possibly to have the city come out and shut the power off to the house, because the garage still has power even though I've cut it off. And there's all of this blackberry bush that's overgrown. That looks like last year's seed. I wonder if I missed the blackberries. Almost looks like they burnt. That's really strange. Anyway, yeah, so that's going to be a project, going through and getting rid of all this. But once it's done, it'll look really nice, I think, and then I can actually use the clothesline here. I don't have to waste money on drying clothes with the electricity. Oh, that's cool. That spider likes flower petals. Yeah. Anyway, here's a view from underneath the tree. I'm not seeing a lot of dead stuff, just overgrown, like, stuff growing in between the other stuff. There's a couple pieces here and there that could be trimmed off. Get the ladder up there and work it so it can all breathe, but that's like a way in the future project. So I guess I could have just walked through the house. I'm not pointing straight up because there's other houses in my area, and I don't feel like filming them. So anyway, let's see what happens with this. I'll probably record this, even though I probably shouldn't. I'm gonna go find what I did with my gloves. Yeah, I gotta equip this. You'll just have to wait a minute. Okay. You probably can't hear me. You probably don't want to. Okay. So there's that. Position the light so I can kind of see what's happening. Drill out of the way. Oh, it appears there's something else anchored over here, but as soon as I lift this up, I think this is going to come down. No. Oh. Let's get the ladder open a little bit more. There we go. So now, alright, well, basically what happened is when the last part of the video cut out, it landed right there. And I was just saying that, oh, I lost my little yellow cap when that came out of the box, or out of the wall. Anyway, that just goes right outside now. So whatever wants to crawl into that window, and somewhere in here there's my little connector. I'll find it. Probably shot across the room somewhere, but anyway, I'm probably going to patch that up. This can come down now. And then I'll probably try and do this one quickly and then go home for the day. So I'll give you a call when it's all done. And yes, I will move the spider webs before I put anything over there. Okay, well, my battery died on the flashlight, and all I have is this phone. Yeah, we got them down. So next thing I'm going to do, before I do these cabinets, which also have electrical, I'm going to pull all this paneling off this center wall. So this wall will just be open, and I get a lot of daylight in from over here. And at this point of the process, I may go ahead and just rip these curtains off, but I kind of don't mind them being there, even as grungy as they are for the time being. The house isn't livable, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking, but anyway, this is, we'll clear this wall, allow the light in, and then cabinet and floor, and then once we pull up the kitchen floor, we'll know how deep of a crawl space we have, and then we'll know where all the electrical's running, if it's in the wall or if it's under our mobile home, and then can start pulling from there. So that's where I'm at. I'm just going to pack up and head out before it officially, the sun hits the sunset, the horizon, I mean. So, okay. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.